Well, I liked our start, and I liked our last 2 minutes.
Good last 2 minutes.
I just thought, our power play looked flat in the second and third, and I thought that gave them life. Now, credit to Mercyhurst. I thought they killed exceptionally well, and they had a really high will to block shots. And I thought their will to block shots kept them in the game in the middle of the game when we could have opened it up. That's not easy to do, so you got to credit your opponent on that. But then, I thought, we looked like a team in the third period that, has been fighting it and is feeling the pressure to try to win, and we gripped the stick tight and played pretty unintelligent.
Were you worried that another 2-goal third period lead, this time it would have been 3, that enter your mind?
No. We just tried to stress, and it's something we've been trying to stress here in the last, week or two. Trying to stress execute. The individual commitment to executing our team play and your role at the highest level possible. And then trusting your teammates to do the same. When you're struggling, I think what's happened a little bit lately is we've had guys trying to do their job and others' job because they're worried that the other guys aren't doing their job, and then it ends up nobody does anything. And I thought that we did a good job executing in the first period, and I thought the last power play goal, which was a group of 5 that had never been out there together, and I told them exactly what I wanted, and they went out and executed at an incredibly high level without ever practicing it because they were committed to doing it right for their teammates. And credit to all those guys out there, but Mark Miller has never touched power play. He's a freshman, and I thought that was just a good example of what I mean by executing.
To that point, the special teams in the third period kind of let you down a little bit. Of course, you're missing an important forward when it comes to the power play and the penalty kill.
I thought our power play let us down. And the penalty kill goal, a puck just kind of popped into the slot, and then, credit to them, they scored a heck of a goal. He shelved that. I thought our power play, our lack of urgency and decision making on the power play in the second and in the third gave them life, and then gave them a shorthanded goal, which is unacceptable in a 3-1 game.
But it's a victory.
It is.
The team needed one.
Yeah, we did. And you never get out of it easy. You just don't. Like when you're struggling and you're fighting things and you lost a little of your swagger, your confidence. You don't go out there and steamroll a team 6-0 and play a perfect game and get out of it. You get out of it ugly. You either get out of it by your goalie making 40 saves, or by scrambling and winning a game that's kind of scrambly and hectic like the third period was for us tonight.
How important does tomorrow night's game become? Because granted, I know coaches only look at one game at a time, but you've been struggling so much to get on a little bit, to come back tomorrow night, get on a little bit of roll. How important would that be for this group?
Well, I think it would be important. I think more importantly, and I've said this all year, I do believe that we're going to be judged, that this team is going to be judged in January, February, March. And I said that's from day one, that we're going to go through ups and downs in the first half of this year. What I want tomorrow, of course we want to win. I want our guys to come tomorrow to want and be committed to trying to be better than we were today. And our commitment to playing our team game, and our execution, in our puck decisions, because those got a little lax in the second half of the game. And I said that to the guys before the game tonight. If we do those things, I can't promise it's going to be a win tonight, but it's going to be a win long term. Those things lead to victories through a season. And so we need to come back tomorrow with a high will to play the right way, more importantly than focus on winning.
When you're in like kind of like a downward slope like we have been the past little bit, it's just hard. It's hard to play. It's not hard to play consistent. We have to do a better job of that. But we just got away from the things that were making us good and successful in the first period and a half, and we just kind of like laid back there for a little bit, and we gave them some easy offense. But the main thing to take out of this game was that we just stayed together the whole 60 minutes in the good and the bad. We found a way to win, and that's what you got to do when you're struggling.
I mean, you couldn't call this a must-win type of game, but it was sure the kind of game you really needed to see something positive happen to put an end to all that negativity.
Yeah, for sure. We talked about just like having to go home on Thanksgiving break with a good forward step in the right way. We all know and believe that we have a great team in there. It's just we haven't been executing, and we haven't been following our game plan and going out for 60 minutes, and that's what we're really just focusing on this week. I think we played a pretty good 40 minutes out of the full 60 today, and we got to come back better tomorrow and play a full 60 because we're a great team when we do that. We saw.
Talk about that last goal a little bit. Coach said that kind of the way it was set up.
Yeah, we were just set up on looking to kill the clock because normally a PK in that instance would be very aggressive, so we want to have 4 guys up top just for any turnovers, but we just moved the puck around and we said that if there's any open lane you can shoot, and I just try to get it to the net, not thinking of anything, and it was just luckily you get in, but we executed what we wanted to do well, and when we did that the whole night, things went well, and every single goal we executed whatever we did that one shift and led to good opportunities.
Nick, you jumped into the play that for that first goal. What was your kind of thought? Do you see you can kind of find some space in the slot there?
Yeah, Coach always tells me to jump up in the rush, and on that one I saw that Neil was going to delay up there, so I figured I'll just jump up and just maybe draw a guy to me, but no one came to me, and I just focused on putting it on net, and fortunately it went in.